Yeah. I can't be slowed. Everything I do, it turns to gold. I remember nights feeling so low, but lately I've been on a roll. Whoa. I can't be slowed. Everything I do, it turns to gold. I remember nights feeling so low, but lately I've been on a roll. Whoa. I can't be slow. Oh my goodness gracious, sakes alive. Can't hit 'em with a vibe. On the move, I'm in drive. Make 'em my own, and I don't need no guy. No diamonds in the chain, and I need to one in the finger first. Cadillac, ship a whip skirt. Ever since my date of birth, I've been a shy kid, making mistakes. I was misguided, thinking who I did. I let myself get subsided into the past, getting gas. Moments are low, they cannot last. Chasing these dreams, getting sad. Trying to rise, please do not crash. Now I'm more calculated. DI-84, music industry, kicking down the door. It's okay, journey may be slow. I'm confident one day you'll know who I am I plan. Showing y'all everything I can. Never growing up like I'm Pan. I'm just laying I can't be slowed. Everything I do, it turns to gold. I remember nights feeling so low, but lately I've been on a roll. Whoa. I can't be slowed. Everything I do, it turns to gold. I remember nights feeling so low, but lately I've been on a roll. Whoa, I can't be slow.
Got my engine from my family, they proud of me. And all the haters, they doubt of me, I know. Yeah. Why they fake it like they proud of me? The whole family wanna take me, I might.
Hello, and good afternoon, my fabulous, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? I hope that you are all doing very, very well. Hello, Joe. Hello, glad to have you here. Guess it was a long time since you went to a park and had a slide. Yeah, I guess so. So, today we're going to be talking about plain Karens. Now, I know, Karens have been a thing out here for a while, of course. A lot of us have been talking about Karens, reacting to Karens, etc. But there's something else I want to talk about at the end of this video as well. So please watch the whole thing. That's all I have to say. I found some really funny situations in which Karens have been kicked off of planes because there was just one recently, which actually involves Spencer Brown. He was a football player, and it was kind of funny to me how this played out in the news this past week because of the fact that there was a football player on the airplane when this happened. And I just want to talk about it because I think it's hilarious how this stuff goes viral. I won't even pretend. So there's been a thing lately with passengers on the airplane, Karens, and a lot of people seem to think that right now it has to do with the mask mandates because of the fact that a lot of the airplanes right now, the airlines, are removing their mask mandates. Some of them are keeping the mask mandates. Again, the airlines, it depends which one you use. And so apparently this airline had said no more masks were needed in order to take the flight. And apparently this woman had an issue with that. Now, I'm saying apparently because I can't find anything that 100% corroborates that. I cannot talk today, and I'm 5 minutes in. This will be fun. So I don't want to be like, yeah, it was over the masks, but we can speculate. But let's just watch a little video in which a Karen gets kicked off in an airplane and everyone gets very, very excited about it.
Ma'am, you need to have a mask on. You need to have the paper mask that they provided. It has, ma'am. I'm speaking to you, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm speaking to you. You have to wear your mask the whole entire flight. If you're unable to do so, you will be removed from the flight.
Delta 22, have we cleared cargo then?
Thanks. the aircraft. Please, come on. You're done. You're not going to speak to me like that. You have to comply. You agreed to this when you checked into our flight and you bought your ticket. So I need you to come off the aircraft at this time. You're going to refuse. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I'm still in Cincinnati, that's all I know.
Just started, I'm driving. But I play golf all day. I'm having a great day. So, let me get out.
So yeah, that Karen refused to wear a mask on the airplane and got removed because then she also refused to get off when she was asked nicely. And in that situation, well, Joe says that she should have gotten tased. But in that type of situation, I never understand why you're making a big issue, right? Like if you're on an airplane and the rule is wear a mask, why would you go on the airplane, not put one on, refuse, piss off the flight attendant, and then have it so that they have to go and get the security to come and remove you off the plane? Like, to me, it's not even worth it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a political statement she's trying to make, but it always ends up in basically that person being called out as a Karen, a video going viral, and then the person having their life ruined because we see a whole 30 seconds into who they are at their worst moment. And I never understand, but for some reason, these Karens keep on Karening. And there's been one this past week where it's actually pretty freaking funny, in my opinion. And of course, the comment section's always where it's at. So let's take a look at our case for the day. This just happened this week. And not a lot of people are talking about it yet. So yeah, this is my story now. I've stolen it. Apparently out here on YouTube, if you're the first one to talk about a story on YouTube and then other people talk about it after you, you can claim the story. So this is mine now. I'm just joking, of course, in case people don't get satire. But anyway, lady is running wild. A woman uses an emergency slide to exit a plane in Buffalo. Yeah. So this was this probably, by the way, wouldn't have been that big of a story. Except of course, Buffalo Bills offensive tackle Spencer Brown was on the plane. So because he was on the plane, it did blow up probably a little bit more than it would have. This is the beautiful woman here. Of course, I don't have a problem with anything about her other than the fact that she Karened on the plane. So a California woman, can we say Florida girl? Is that allowed? Can I do that? Apparently, if I make fun of people in the US, by the way, since I'm Canadian, I just found out it means that I'm apparently racist. I don't know how that plays out, but I was just told that. So please know that as a Canadian, I always make fun of the US. Always. Hands down, always. The US always makes fun of me. They call me Canucks. They make fun of the fact I'm Canadian. It's a great laugh. Me and my friends have a fun time with it. Get over it. So, she was arrested at the Buffalo airport after fleeing her flight using the plane's emergency slide. And this just happened this Tuesday. And again, that's fucking hilarious to me. Imagine putting up such a big stink on the airplane about something that you literally flip out, and then when they're still like, no, please get off the plane, you just imagine. Like, I was like, wow, that she must have really wanted off that plane, you know? So the American Airlines plane, so this is through the American Airlines, was preparing for takeoff from Buffalo Niagara International Airport bound for Chicago when it was forced to return back to the gate due to a passenger's unruly behavior. Prior to reattaching the jet bridge, the disruptive customer opened the main boarding door, which deployed the emergency slide and exited the aircraft onto the ramp, according to an American Airlines statement. The bizarre incident was witnessed by Buffalo Bills offensive tackle Spencer Brown. So, of course, he saw it, and it made it a little bit of a thing. He even took a picture of her going down the slide. You can't really see her, but she's in there, kind of in this area here where it's folded. Yeah, you can just kind of see her in there. Cynthia McKnight, who is only 24, and she's from Sacramento, Florida, faces a number of charges for her unruly behavior, including disorderly conduct, harassment, trespass, and criminal mischief, which, again, I'm like, holy crap, lady, all to go down a slide off the airplane? And the thing about this that is more worrisome to me is that, honestly, Cynthia's glad, like, I'm glad she's okay. That could have been very dangerous. I don't know how to deploy that freaking slide. I don't know what's going to happen when I start going down the slide. So, like, this lady obviously really wanted off that plane, right? Because to me, I'm like, is it worth it? I feel like it's a death trap waiting to happen, which I was like, oh, were they worried about how she was okay at all? Because, you know, that would have been a little bit helpful, if you don't mind, you know? But she obviously really wanted to get the hell off of the plane. So where the fun is really had is, of course, guys, over on Twitter. So let's just look at the NFTA's newsrooms, like, post about this, because this is where a lot of people are getting their information from about this story, even the other publications. So it says a 24-year-old woman from Sacramento, California is under arrest after exhibiting what's been described as unruly behavior, which I was like, okay, I guess. The funny thing is I can't find out why the hell this lady was so unruly. I don't know what the hell she was so mad about that she had to jump off a freaking slide on the plane. And she's facing all of these charges because of it. And that just makes me laugh a little bit. So they said that according to her, to the detectives, she opened the cabin door of the plane and just like went down the slide. Now this person replies, and again, I don't know if this is a joke. There's a lot of comments like this. So this is what I mean when I say I'm not 100% sure, but you can speculate it could have something to do with it, because it says some people took off their masks, so she thought she would be safer to leave the flight. Again, I'm pretty sure that one's just a joke. But the thing that really made this story, I guess, go semi-viral, if you will, is the fact that Spencer Brown from the Buffalo Bills saw this. And of course, all of the fun right now is in these comments right here of Spencer Brown. Guess she needed a smoke. I know. Of what, Joe? Crack? Because nothing else is going to make anyone jump off of a goddamn airplane on the slide. But yeah, you can't smoke on airplanes, but there was a time when you could, right? Were you alive for that, Joe? I'm just joking. I remember being able to smoke in like all the restaurants. I remember when I was extremely young that you could even smoke in the hospital. So there's that. It says sitting on a plane, right? So this is Spencer. And the funny thing about this is in real time. Like he posted this in real time, right? Sitting on a plane, a lady is pissed. Lady pulls the emergency inflatable slide to escape the plane. Lady is running wild through the tarmac currently, which is where the running wild headline comes from, right? Cops have arrived. Flight ruined. Memories made. Nice. Thumbs up. That made me laugh. I was like, well, at least he has like a good attitude about the whole thing, you know, because he could have been like stupid fucking bitch jumping off the airplane, making us all late on our flight, you know, and instead he's like, well, I have some memories. I mean, my flight got ruined, but not many people could say that they watched a lady take the inflatable slide off of an airplane when she got mad, and I got that on my roster now, so we're good. Where did this woman come from? Don't tell me Florida. Ooh, Michael. Sorry, my dude. It is. Spencer Brown politely reminds Texans Desmond King that he is a shorter person. I don't know what that's about, but he's reminding him he's shorter, you know. Should also have reminded the lady not to jump off of the damn plane. All this happened in 13 seconds? Pics or it didn't happen. And off into the sunset she goes, folks. And that's when he posted the picture. You should have pretended she picked off Josh Allen and went to town. Always next time. Oh my God, if I were a Bills player, I'd leave Twitter. Not everything is about football. That's a pretty messed up situation for everyone on board. She thought yesterday was the last mask day, right? On a serious note, when is this epidemic of mental illness going to be taken seriously? The airport is a lie. Okay, the airport is a damn lie. From TSA screening to the lunatics flying the planes. I bought one of these pens from Think Geek nearly a decade ago, and it's never been confiscated at TSA. The aviation glass thing is bunk. It's designed for car glass, but it's basically a baton. I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry. That made me laugh. Last time I flew, they stopped me because I had a large amount of American coinage in my bag for the snack machines I come across. The pen, never question. It's an aluminum aviation glass outdoor survival breaker pen, military for emergency. How the fuck is this allowed to happen? It's not allowed. That's why she got arrested. It's always in the comments, the fun, right? What was she pissed about? Any ideas? I was on the plane. She was upset that she was asked to stop FaceTiming and to put her phone on airplane mode. She then spit on two passengers' faces. Oh, she is like big wanted to go to federal holding today. Damn. The flight wasn't ruined. It's ruined if she does that at 30,000 feet. Now you're just late. While I agree that it's not as serious as during a flight, can the flight still take off? Not sure the procedures once that chute is deployed. They may have to exit and reschedule. Doesn't seem like a slip and slide that you just roll up and get into the air. See, and that's the thing, right? Is I don't know what would happen in that situation because that's the emergency slide. We're not sure if when you deploy the emergency slide, if other things on the airplane shut off or whatever, you know, because when you're in an emergency, things happen. The plane, autopilot, you know, like it can go into that, blah, blah, blah. So it says the plane had to return to the gate and the passengers had to either wait for inspection or move to a different plane altogether. Generally, the plane would have to be thoroughly inspected following the deployment of any of its emergency procedures. Because again, I'm pretty sure that there's things that happen like on the airplane when you like, you know, hit the emergency stuff. Then, you know, all of the masks like fall through the ceiling and stuff. Then you got to go. You got to put all that stuff back. You got to put everything back in place. You got to get the slide back up there. And then you would have to figure out like, you know, is everything good? Are we good for takeoff? They always inspect the plane too before takeoff to make sure that it's okay to fly. So then they would probably have to do all of that again. So you would be like several hours late. I'm sure that they would probably just be like, let's just get another plane because it might be easier to just do that. Still sucks. He said something about ignorant with such authority. Impressive. Get this man a bar stool. Hey, Spencer, those inflation valves are actually made right here in Orchard Park, less than a mile from the stadium. Well, they work, he says. Live look at everyone on the plane. This play right here is the reason I bought a Spencer Brown jersey. That's good. The swim move usually happens after the inflatable slide, but not in this case. Airlines should start handing out tabs of lorazepam as a boarding gift, and I'm kind of with this guy after, all of the airplane Karens that have been coming out lately. Yeah, the William Shatner Twilight Zone episode. Yeah. Oh my God. I hadn't even thought of that. See, that was a good joke. Look at that. You're in my thoughts and prayers for having to fit into an airplane seat. Did she actually ride the slide down? Yes, and then quickly surrounded by cops. She spit on one of the officers, a total of 3 spit victims, the 2 others being passengers. So this is what I'm saying, though, is, again, I just want to put out there, we are not 100% sure yet that this is what actually happened. For some reason, they're not really telling us why she got kicked off the freaking plane or why she was mad. So it's all through reading comments under this post and whatnot and trying to figure it out. Again, why was she mad and spitting? Apparently, she wanted to do FaceTime on her phone and use her phone. Somebody else said it might have been about mess. We're not really sure. Either way, we can say that this woman did get very angry on the plane. And we can definitely say that she took the slide down. And the consensus is that she has spit on 3 people. And that's where some of these assault and misconduct charges came from. If she maybe wasn't as unruly and for whatever reason just had a little flip out and went down the plane, she probably still would have gotten charged, though. I'm just saying. Go down the slide on the plane, probably getting charged for like mischief and trespassing because you're not supposed to be up in that slide. Just getting her bailed now. And this guy's laughing. I got it on video. Then we have the Chris Farley scene. Ah, rest in peace, Chris Farley. What a great person that we lost. I freaking love Chris Farley. If you don't love Chris Farley, I don't know how we can be friends. I'm a very big Saturday Night Live fan. Very big David Spade fan. We just can't do this. One time on a plane that was delayed for hours, these 2 insanely obnoxious drunk girls started throwing up on each other, Stand By Me style. It was awesome. Well, okay, Mike. I mean, you can think it's awesome. I'm not having too much fun hearing about it, but that sounds like a fun time. The best part, we land. Firemen come to get them. The one turns around on his way out and says, "Welcome to Buffalo." Yeah, that's an r/that happened moment, my man. Nice. What city? I can't wait to see the new report because that's a super expensive fine. It actually really is. And then this person says Buffalo, and this is the picture of it. The woman couldn't hold in her excitement after she realized that she was on the same plane as future All-Pro Buffalo Bills offensive lineman Spencer Brown. Hi, baby. Love you.
Love you.
Okay.
More.
Then we have, ma'am, the mandate's been lifted. You can't complain about people not wearing masks anymore. I gotta get out of here. Speaking of memories, cheers. Did you just go out to the store without your bank card because it's in my wallet? I love that for us. That's amazing. Damn, always knew I was scared to fly. Well, I mean, If you're scared to fly, I guess at least now you know that you could just deflate the slide and go down. No, probably not. That's such a rare occasion, Mom. I don't really think that that's her mom. She's just being funny, right? Now you have a slight idea what a Bills tailgate is like. While you're in there stretching and shit, there's 70K inflatable slide ladies just pre-gaming. Love that she spit at us. So yeah, like I said, the consensus is definitely that she spit on a couple passengers and then of course spit on the police. And here is like the picture of her basically being arrested and with them dealing with like getting everyone off of the airplane now because again, I'm sure that they had to get everyone off the airplane after that all happened. They'd have to inspect it all like we talked about, and what an annoying situation. It might be an overused cliche, but the Benny Hill theme song is perfect for this. Bill's Mafia is wild. Saw that on the news. Her addition to the no-fly list is looming in her future. I saw this happen watching from the lounge and didn't have any idea what I was looking at. 5 minutes later, cops are swarming the gate. What airport? No, the Buffalo. Dude, learn how to read. Since the plane was stuck, did everyone else have to go down the slide? And see, and that's the funny thing too, is that I wonder if it would have like made it, right? I know he loves me like a fat kid loves cake. Did you say a cat kid? A cat kid. Like a cat kid loves cats. There you go, Joe. I fixed it for you. But yeah, my husband just went out to the store and my bank card doesn't work right now. I have to go get a new one, and I just haven't gone to the bank and done that this week yet because I've been busy. Little one's been home sick all week, blah, blah, blah. So he just went out to the store, forgot that I went out yesterday to the store, and I have the bank card in my wallet right now. So he just went out to the store without the bank card and is all like, yeah, I just went out to the store and didn't bring the bank card with me, so I had to come home and get the bank card before I went out to the other store. Anyway, it was pretty funny. I'm having a fun day now. American Airlines required everyone to depart from the rear, but the request to slide down was made. I do have to give it to this Alex Stud girl, whoever he is, Alexander Stud. Sorry, I don't want to misgender anyone on here. That's the last thing I need. I get canceled enough. But whoever Alex Stud is giving us some information and seems to have an amazing sense of humor about this, and I appreciate all of their comments. Hello, my name is Christian, and I am with CBS 13 News in Sacramento. This lady is from our area. Wondering if you took any pics or video that you could share with us. Well, Chris, do you know how to scroll? Because, Lord. What is going on in California, guys? What is in the damn water? I know you were like, the fuck? She wearing a Jets jersey? I bet she is wild in the sack. Leave it up to the men, right? Who needs TV anymore? Real life is more entertaining these days. I mean, that's why I just got YouTube. See what happens when you miss the first day of practice? Facepalm. Bill's Mafia fan was supposed to fall face first onto the tarmac, but chickened out at the last moment and pulled the slide handle. Sounds like a reboot of Airplane. But why did she do this? This couldn't have just happened out of the blue. And see, this is how I was feeling when I first heard this story. All I could find, it was kind of funny. Maybe we should have all researched it together. Maybe I'll do that the next time. Because I was literally sitting here for like 45 minutes going, but why? Why is she so mad? What is she so angry about? And it was like before all the comments had completely come into play here. And none of the news places are telling us. The only way that you can get the information about what happened is from our buddy Alex Stud, okay? The only person that can tell us. This person says, say no to drugs, kids. You gotta be shitting me. What city are you in? Go Bills. Oh man, that is an American Eagle flight. I'm sorry, I've flown a lot, and I've flown a lot on American Eagle and all of the American Airlines, all of the Canadian Airlines, and whoo, I guess unless you've really flown, some of these just don't hit. Oh, that's hilarious. American Eagle has a reputation for being bleh as an airline. I have trouble standing up on those planes. I can picture you crawling down the aisle to your seat. Wow, that is crazy. I've seen a lot of things, but not that. You need to buy your own plane. Yeah, I think maybe the Bills need their own plane. Wow, that is crazy. Not gonna lie. Kind of jealous. All I got was a crying baby for 10 hours. Yeah, I guess in that situation, I'd rather watch the lady jump off of the plane, right? You made Fox News. Nice work. Spencer Brown has made all of the news. I think that this is hilarious because I'm like, dude, he's Spencer Brown of the Buffalo Bills. He's been on all the news. But yes, I guess he'll be excited about Fox. Spencer, you can't be comfortable in those seats, man. You have to be in first class, no? As a guy working in aviation, I can say there's almost only business class now. And on a short haul flight, the only difference is service, not leg room. Yeah, that's kind of true. Straight wacky. Straight 5150. Sorry about your flight, but this is the best live action tweet ever. It's the end of... Oh, Twitter must have had a fun day. See, I don't have a Twitter. It's a good thing. Be very happy I don't. And I can just imagine all the Buffalo Bills fans just being like, what is going on? Why is Spencer Brown tweeting about this lady jumping off of the airplane? That's what makes this a little bit funny to me, is that he was tweeting this in like real time as it's happening. People are probably like, oh my God, what's going on? People finally showing their busted girls and she couldn't take it. Anyway, you can incorporate this into a TD celebration this season. Your tweet was quoted in an article by the Post. I love how all these people are so excited for him having his tweet like mentioned in the news when he's Spencer Brown. He's fucking in the news all the time, guys. He's a famous football player. I don't get it. Anyway, someone really needed a smoke. She stole your joke, Joe. Or you stole, I don't know who stole whose joke, but the same one is right here. That's awesome. How come that never happens on my flights? Anyone else trying to take a ride on the slide? Because, I mean, you know, here she is. Here she is going down the slide. Sorry you had to go through that nonsense, but glad you are a Buffalo Bill. And then we have like the India Times. Everyone's like all excited for him. I think COVID brought out the crazy in a lot of people. Definitely didn't need headphones on that flight. So apparently, like I said, this lady got very, very crazy over something to do with the phone. That's what we can gather. Nice. Yeah, apparently he likes to say that. So, what we can gather is that she got very, very upset. Hello, my fabulous husband. Yes, I usually put it back in the wallet, but apparently I didn't last night, and so he just went out without it. That was great fun. So apparently this woman though, like that's what it was about. I have not been able to find any information pertaining to what it is about, like other than this. That's apparently what it's about.
Facing criminal charges for what investigators are calling unruly behavior on board a flight in Buffalo, New York. Authorities say Cynthia McKnight was causing problems as the American Airlines flight left the gate. Then, as the pilot was prepping for takeoff, she allegedly opened up an emergency door.
Yeah, just be advised, we just pulled back to the gate switch. We had an unruly passenger. It looks like they opened the door, went out the emergency flight. We had crews trying to grab them. We did talk operations. We're looking for law enforcement immediately.
And it's scratchy audio. That's why we put the words on the screen there for you, describing investigators say she activated the emergency slide. The Chicago-bound plane with 65 passengers on board was taken out of service, and everyone on board had to be rebooked to other flights.
Yeah, so that's what ended up happening. We did find out how they had to solve it. So it was American Eagle Flight 3933, if anyone needs to know. And they said that she was quickly apprehended by local law enforcement and was placed on American's internal refuse list pending further investigation. So basically that means that she won't be able to fly, which is a little bit weird. Like they're obviously going to fly her back to where she lives. They're not just going to keep her there now, but she'll have like a good luck at the store now. Glad you have the card, it's make sure you don't forget to leave it at the store, baby. So basically, like what will happen is she'll take a flight back to Sacramento, but it will be like with all the security people. It'll be like she's under arrest going on a flight, and they'll put her back to where she belongs. And then once she's at home, then she won't be allowed to fly anymore. You can actually get like X off of going on the air flights, especially since the whole 9/11 thing, by the way, which I'm pretty sure is what fully caused that to happen. Especially a lot more easier, just saying. And then that means that you could never fly again. So every time you try to get on a flight, it will actually pop up like that you are not allowed to fly. So she's probably going to have that happen to her. It was scheduled to fly to Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and there were 65 passengers and 4 crew members. And as we heard, apparently they did have to book everybody another flight, which is probably the most annoying thing about a situation like that, is the fact that they have to. Greyhounds will get her. Oh my God, could you imagine? Oh, longest bus trip ever. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think like that is what would happen. You'd have to all onboard the plane, wait, get a new flights. And I think that's probably even more annoying in this situation for everyone working at the airport, right? Like it's one thing to have all of the people have to get off the plane and all that, and to have a crazy Karen jumping down the slide. But then what's even more annoying is having to rebook everybody, having to find them all a new flight, and all the crap you have to do. For some people too, by the way, they maybe can't get a new flight to where they're going that day. You don't know. For some people, maybe they're not going to Chicago, and that was just a stop on their trip, for example. So then if they need to book a flight for the later day, then the hotel then has to provide them, the airlines then has to provide them with a hotel, right? So then it gets expensive, which is why they're so mad at this lady. And they're like, we're charging your damn ass for all this stuff because you just caused us so many problems with your little slide stunt, woman. Hi, bitch. I think you lost your goddamn mind. So that would be the most annoying thing, I think, is having to be one of those people working at the airlines that has to deal with all the craziness after that. I'm also kind of like, it sounds like she did spit on 2 passengers. Like I said, gross. Not a big fan of that. Don't like that. But like, and I don't understand that situation. I'm like, okay, so if she was on the plane and she wanted to FaceTime and use her phone, and the flight attendant came over and said, please put it in airplane mode. And then what? She's like, no! And then like spits on passengers? Like, why, lady? Why? I'm not really sure, but I guess Karens be Karening. Now, that being said, I do just want to, because this isn't going to be like a 3-hour long live, because Alonda and myself are going to be going live tonight to react to Ash and Mufara getting very angry about the haters, whoever the haters of On Passive are, beyond me. So I'm going to be going live later on tonight as well. So this is just kind of quick, sweet, fun, to the point about Karens. But the one thing that happens in these situations that I think that we all have to be a little sensitive to out here, especially those of us that, I mean, I'm not famous or anything out here on YouTube. I'm no like Leon Lush or anything, but it is true that in a lot of these situations, what happens is someone acts up, they have it recorded, they have it posted to the internet, and then their entire life gets ruined because we get a window into 30 seconds of the worst time that they have ever experienced. So I'm sure this lady, this is her worst moment when she's getting pissed off about her phone and then sliding down the airplane slide, right? And now all these people know about it. They're all judging her. So once again, we have to be sensitive to that, because there was a situation recently where somebody posted a viral video of a Karen, and well, let's just say maybe it didn't go over well. So I just want everyone to watch this little clip, and then we're going to talk about this, because I do think that this is important. It's great to make fun of the Karens. Great. It's great that we throw that spade. We can laugh, we can have fun. But then, you know, there's always this lovely side that I love to bring up, which is called reality.
Now, with the surprising message from the mom who shot this viral video. This video showed the woman apparently upset about sitting next to her toddler on a plane. ABC's Lindsay Davis is here. And Lindsay, the mom who posted this video is actually now coming to that woman's defense.
Yes, that's right. Good morning to you, Michael. The mom who posted the video of the disgruntled passenger says she didn't mean for the video to go viral and wants the passenger to know she's sorry that it's come to this. She says she doesn't want her to lose her job, but she says she posted the video for young moms to see that people can't talk to them like this.
He's not going to cry the whole time.
It's the viral video viewed more than 2 million times on Facebook alone. Marissa Rundell, traveling with her 2-year-old son, pulled out her phone to record this woman, Susan Perez, complaining about her seat assignment and giving the flight attendant a hard time.
Your name? Tabitha 9766. Thank you, Tabitha. You may not have a job tomorrow.
I want this lady.
No, I can't. I can't, Tabitha. I have to. I apologize. Please. No.
Perez is seen apologizing to the flight attendant, but she was eventually escorted off the plane. Delta told ABC News, "We ask that customers embrace civility and respect one another while flying Delta. This customer's behavior toward a fellow customer was not in keeping with those standards." By the time the flight took off, Rundell had posted the video on Facebook. Reaction was swift. Perez's employer, the New York State Council on the Arts, launched an investigation and placed her on leave until further notice.
I'm actually stunned that it has came that far.
But this morning, Perez has an unlikely defender, the very mom who took the video. Rundell told ABC News she had no idea her profile was public and that so many people would see her post.
I started recording mainly because I just kind of thought it was comical at how she was acting.
She's now hoping that the woman won't lose her job.
I don't think she really deserved that, honestly. People keep telling me, don't feel bad, don't feel bad. She deserved it. But I just don't think she did.
And we reached out to the disgruntled passenger for comment, but did not hear back. But this is just one more lesson about the power of social media, and something going viral, you can't control it and you cannot take it back.
Yeah. And traveling with kids is one of the most stressful things you could ever do.
I know.
And
love it now.
Exactly.
And Lindsay, the woman who's being accused of, she's being accused of trying to use New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's name to get out of trouble.
That's right. The mom says that the woman who she posted the video about kept repeating, "I work for the governor." And as of this morning, her photo and name has now been removed from the New York State Council on the Arts webpage, and a spokesperson for the agency tells ABC News state employees must be held to the highest standard, both professionally and personally. Doesn't bode well.
Try to drop the governor's name.
Yes.
Anything that smacks of, do you know who I am?
Exactly.
Not good.
Don't you know who I think I am? Never works.
Thanks, Lindsay.
So yes, in this situation, it was a little bit different, in my opinion, because, I mean, the Karen did bring up the governor's name herself. She threw it out there, right? Like, she tried to use him as a way to be like, don't come at me. I work with the governor. So I'm going to Karen on this plane, and there's nothing you can do because I work for the governor. So in that case, when you're working for government and you're acting like that and you're using the connections in that way, does it make sense to lose your job over a situation like that going viral? Maybe in that case, if you're like a public servant, for example, if it's a police officer acting up and they're supposed to uphold the law, we tend to hold them to a higher standard. Now, my thing is, if, for example, this woman worked at Chipotle or Subway or something, or, you know, just had a normal grocery store cashier clerk job, or even just a normal office 9 to 5, would she then deserve to lose her job? And to that, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's fair. Everyone has a bad day. And in these situations, I always kind of feel bad for the Karen in a way, because I'm like, oh, we've all had a bad day. I'm sure you can think of a day where you were in a pissy ass mood when you went through a drive-through to get your morning coffee, for example, and maybe you weren't the most polite with the barista that day, okay? And what if somebody recorded that moment and then posted it online, and then your entire life went to hell over like a little clip of you just having a bad moment? So it is something that I do think that everybody has to consider whenever we're like talking about these things. But it is kind of an interesting question. And I want to put it out to the audience here. Let me know in comments down below for my replay crew what you think. Do you think it is fair for somebody, if they're acting up in public like this and being a Karen, to have it recorded and then have it affect their life? Is there like a line to be drawn? Like if they're a public servant, for example, should it happen? But then if they're just a normal, you know, a normal Joe, you like that one, Joe? I love you. Don't worry. Then basically, like, is it necessary to have their job taken away? Like, where's the line drawn with that, you know? Because in the case of this Cynthia woman, for example, I'm not really sure what her job is. She's already facing charges, and it's kind of like, you know, she's probably not looking back on this moment fondly right now. And I'm sure she learned some kind of lesson, as we can only hope. So it's kind of like, would she then need to lose her job this week after doing that? And it's just something I want the internet to think about, because we all know that I am anti-cancel culture and anti-let's ruin people's real lives over what happened on the internet. And so it's just interesting to me to think about these things and be like, where is that line drawn? Where it's okay for someone to lose their job over acting up in public versus where we would look at that and be like, ooh, I don't know if that was okay. Because like we just saw with the young woman that posted up the video, she now feels like a piece of crap. I mean, do I fully believe that she didn't know it was public and that it would go viral? I don't know, sis. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you would have known. I'm just saying. But at the same time, she didn't think through what that would mean for that woman going forward, possibly, right? You don't think of these things. You think, oh, this is a funny moment that I'm going to record on my phone and put on the internet. And then, like the reporter said, once it's out there, you can't take it back. And then whatever consequences happen is kind of what happens. And I think it's an important conversation to be had now, because we are in a time where social media, and everyone has phones, right? Everyone's on social media. Everyone can be recorded. Even you can be recorded having a bad day out in public, being a little rude to someone, and then you could get called a Karen for your entire life. And you don't want that, because nobody out here wants to be a freaking Karen. That would suck. You know, that would just be like,
uh-oh, stinky poo.
So you don't want that. But of course, as we know, Karens are always going to Karen. And I just think that maybe they need to be careful and think about it. because of the fact that it can ruin their lives. But again, they're the Karens. So maybe it's up to the rest of us, you know? I didn't think I'd get 1,400 views for my wife's birthday cake. Ooh, that's awesome. But see, that's what I mean, right? When you put something on the internet, most of us normal people, and like me included, and I'm a YouTuber, I don't even put stuff up to be like, I hope this goes viral. Really? So I can imagine, you're just recording something on Facebook, for example, and you're probably not thinking of that, right? And then all of a sudden it goes viral. And like that young lady, she felt really bad that this lady was losing her job now over her video. So it's just something to think about and something to kind of, I think it's an important conversation to have since social media is so rampant, since everybody is out and about with phones now. I mean, we kind of do have to get to a point where we have to decide if that's going to be okay or if it's cancel culture. Just my opinion. Let me know what your all is down in the comment section below. But it is Saturday. I've been live for about an hour. We're going on 2:30. I woke up late today. It was actually really nice. I haven't slept in a really long time because I'm mom, and for some reason, even if my husband could be awake next to me in bed and be sitting up, and I could be asleep in the morning, and for some reason my daughter will look at my husband awake, be like, oh, he's awake, but I won't bug him. No. And then she will come wake me up and be like, Mom. And my husband will be like, I'm right here. What you waking mom up for? And she'll be like, well, because I wake up my mom. And it's like, no, Hannah, you can let me sleep sometimes. I haven't slept in 8 years, almost. It's been a hard life. I'm just joking. But yes, that was my morning, and I need to go and get some stuff done before I go live tonight, because we are going live tonight where we are going to be talking about Ash, I guess, reacting to haters, whoever the haters of On Passive is. Don't know who they are. And that should be some fun. And I take a break Sundays, and then Monday I am going to be talking about Mad Marty, because Marty, the On Passive unicorn, got extremely mad at, again, the On Passive haters, whoever those people are, and went on a big rant. And I have, of course, been having some fun memeing that. So we're going to have some fun with that this week. I also have my Terrence Howard video is almost done being edited. It's a long one. And also the Charles Manson will be coming out in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for those things. I lost my voice for a second. Did you hear that? I sounded like a dinosaur. It was a lot of fun. So no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. Come and check out the streams on the Recovering Hunbots channel where we talk about On Passive. And then we usually do a live dive. Like the other day, we were talking about Enagic and Darren and Mike, because back in 2020, they went after Alonda's channel. And I was around for that. We had some fun. I got very angry in a video about it. It was a great time. And so we talked about that. We do live dives into a lot of the companies that are in the Philippines right now and Bhutan and stuff, because right now the MLM companies are really preying on the Philippines and places like Bhutan and third world countries. And I got a big issue with that. So please come and check that out. It's an important topic. And I will see you all very, very soon. I love you. Have a fabulous, fabulous day. Bye-bye.